The cold moonlight touched the broken stones of the battlefield. Smoke floated in the air like dark ghosts. Bodies, armor, and broken machines lay everywhere. A silent wind moved through the ruins, carrying the smell of burning metal and blood. Everyone had run. Everyone had screamed. Everyone had begged for life. Except him. This strange human boy, who simply stood there watching the most feared creature of the vampire empire walk out of the shadows. Her name was Serana Valkyrin, the Blood General, the Moon Reaper, the Nightmare Bride of the Eternal War. When she walked, even monsters kept their distance. When she spoke, armies obeyed. When she looked at someone, that person usually did not live long enough to look back. But this human, only 19, thin, dirty, and holding a broken plasma rifle, did not fall. Did not shake. Did not run. He just stared with calm, brown eyes. And that was why Serana stopped moving. Because for the first time in 300 years, someone did not fear her. The meeting. Serana stepped closer, her long silver armor shining like sharp ice. Her red eyes glowed softly, watching the human boy with curiosity and a little confusion. Around them, the moonlight made her pale face look even colder. Most humans fell to their knees when she approached. This boy didn't even blink. "What is your name?" Serana asked. Her voice was soft but carried a dangerous echo, like a whisper that could cut steel. The boy touched his chest as if checking he was still alive. "My name is Eric Hale," he said. "You are not afraid," Serana said. "Why?" Eric shrugged. "Maybe I am. Maybe I'm too tired to feel it. Or maybe," he looked at her like he was studying a puzzle, "maybe you don't look as scary as the stories say." For the first time in centuries, Serana almost laughed. Almost. This human was strange. Interesting. A dangerous joke. Serana walked around him, observing him like a warrior studying a new weapon. "Humans call me a monster," she said. Eric nodded. "Yes. They do." "And you agree?" she asked, raising one eyebrow. "No," Eric said simply. "You look like someone who has killed thousands, but not because you enjoy it. It looks like you carry it." Serana stopped walking. He saw through her. No one ever saw through her. "Do you understand what I am?" she asked. "A vampire general," Eric said. "Leader of the Night Legion. The one who destroys cities and wins wars." "And yet," Serana said, "you speak to me like a friend." "Maybe I'm stupid," Eric said. "Or maybe you're lonely." Serana's heart, cold for centuries, twitched at that word. Lonely. Yes. She had been lonely for far longer than any mortal could imagine. The capture. Serana moved faster than human eyes could follow. She appeared in front of Eric, her hand gripping his collar. She lifted him off the ground like he weighed nothing. "You are either brave," she whispered, her face inches from his, "or your mind is broken." Eric coughed as her cold fingers pressed into his throat. "Maybe both." Serana expected fear. She waited for him to scream or cry. But Eric only looked at her with steady eyes. Serana slowly lowered him back to the ground. Something about him made her hesitate. Something about his calm voice and simple words pulled her interest like a magnet. "You will come with me," she said. "Why?" "Because," she said, "I want to understand why you do not fear me." Eric sighed. "I don't really have a choice, right?" "No," Serana said with a small smile. "You do not." The journey. Serana's black airship landed in the ruins, silent and deadly like a floating shadow. Vampire soldiers bowed when she stepped aboard, their armor glowing red in the dark halls. But when they saw Eric following behind her, they looked confused, some even angry. "What is this human doing here, General?" a vampire captain asked. Serana shot him a single look. The captain shut his mouth and stepped back. Eric whispered, "Wow. One look from you and he forgets how to talk." Serana ignored him, but she secretly liked his simple humor. It felt warm. Different. Not like the cold language of war she was used to. Inside the ship, Serana gave Eric a seat and watched him buckle in. He looked completely out of place among the vampire warriors. "Are you going to kill me later?" Eric asked casually. Serana turned her head slightly. "Do you want me to?" "No," he said. "But I want honesty." Serana respected that answer. "No," she said. "I do not plan to kill you." "Nice," Eric said. "That makes this trip less stressful." She almost smiled again. Almost. Why him? During the flight, Serana stood by the window, staring at the stars. Eric watched her quietly, noticing the faint sadness behind her powerful presence. After a long silence, Eric spoke. "You know, you look tired." Serana turned her head slowly. "Tired?" "Yeah," Eric said. "Like someone who wants the war to end." Serana did not respond. Because he was right. For hundreds of years, she fought, killed, commanded, and survived. But she did not live. Not really. She was a weapon created by her empire, feared by all, respected by none, understood by zero. And now this human saw her pain as if it were written on her face. "You see too much," she said. "I only see what everyone else ignores," Eric said. "You destroy humans because the empire tells you to. But I don't think your heart enjoys it." Serana's red eyes dimmed. "Do not speak of my heart. It is not your place." Eric nodded. "Okay. But the truth doesn't change." Serana looked away, but her mind did not. The attack. Suddenly, the ship shook violently. Alarms blared. Vampire soldiers shouted. "We are under attack," a pilot yelled. Serana's eyes flashed red. "By who?" "Human resistance ships," the pilot answered. "They think we captured a hostage." Eric groaned. "Great. My people are going to kill me by accident." Serana stepped forward. "Stay behind me." "You can protect me from ships?" Eric asked. "Yes," she said coldly. "From anything." The airship rocked again as enemy lasers shot past the windows. Smoke filled the hallway. Soldiers rushed to battle positions. Eric saw one wounded vampire fall, bleeding heavily. Without thinking, Eric ran to him and helped him. Serana stared. This human helped her soldier? "Why would you do that?" she demanded. "He's hurt," Eric said. "He's still a person." "No," Serana said, stepping closer, "he is a vampire." "Still a person," Eric repeated calmly. Serana's chest tightened again. This boy. He did not fear vampires. He did not hate them. He did not see monsters. He saw people. Even when the world told him not to. The moment that changed everything. Serana raised her hand. Her power swirled around the ship, forming a dark red shield strong enough to block the human lasers. The ship stopped shaking. The danger passed. But Serana was not looking at the battle. She was looking at Eric. "You," she said softly, "are not normal." "Thanks?" Eric replied. "You helped a vampire," she said. "You speak to me with no fear. You challenge me. You confuse me. You surprise me." Eric looked at her, waiting. Serana spoke slowly, as if she were uncovering a secret truth inside her own heart. "Everyone fears me," she said. "Except you." Eric smiled a little. "Should I start being scared now?" "No," Serana whispered. She stepped closer until she stood just inches away from him. "Do not fear me." "Why not?" he asked. "Because," she said, for the first time in centuries, "I do not wish to be feared." Her voice trembled. Her hand touched his cheek, soft and unsure. Eric did not pull away. Serana felt something she had not felt in hundreds of years. Warmth. Hope. A future. And maybe, something even stronger. You, she said, are mine now. Eric raised an eyebrow. Is that a threat? No, Serana said quietly. It is a promise. Outside the window, the stars burned bright. Inside the ship, the most feared vampire in the galaxy stood before a simple human boy, the only one who ever looked at her with courage instead of terror. And in that moment, the eternal war began to change. Not because of armies. Not because of power. But because one human did not fear the monster. And the monster began to learn how to be something more.